here with graduate student Devin Harris to preview the 2026-27 Concordia Shooting Sports season. And actually, as we record this, you're only a few days away from opening up the season at the Fort Hays State Shoot. Wanted to start off with some background on you. First off, what was something fun you were able to do in the summer, like a vacation or something like that?
Got to do a lot of fun things, actually. I was surprised how much I was able to fit into my work schedule. Got to go on a deep sea fishing trip down to Destin, Florida. So that was an absolute blast. Lots of time out there, and definitely the start of an addiction, I think. I think I got to go deep sea fishing a little more often. That and shooting at Junior Worlds for skeet.
So your hometown is Kansas City. Is that where you spent your whole childhood?
Yep. And down to southern KC, so Martin City.
Okay. How did you first get involved with competitive shooting then?
The first time I ever shot a clay pigeon, my uncle brought out he had a little stationary thrower, and we set it up in the top pasture up at my grandpa's farm. And so I got to shoot a couple clays out there, realized I liked it. And 7th grade hit, and Mom came in one day and said, "Hey, I heard about this thing called 4-H, and they have a shooting team. Would you want to try out for it?" I said, "Yeah, might as well." And went in. They kind of said, "All right, we'll take." 4-H takes just about anybody, but they let me in, and we started shooting, got competitive, started shooting in other organizations, and then said, "You know what? I think I want to be a college athlete."
So yeah, I guess it eventually led you to Hannibal LaGrange for a couple years on their shooting team, correct? What was it then that brought you to Concordia in the middle of your college career?
Yeah, so I originally started out at Hannibal, and we had an amazing coach there. Loved the team, loved the sport, and for reasons that God was calling him elsewhere, he ended up leaving and going and pursuing his other vocations. And so I started looking for another team, and I ran into Coach Dylan Owens over at Otoe County Gun Club over here in Nebraska for it was the Nebraska State Sporting Shoot, I want to say 2022. And so I met him there and got to meet Claire Key, one of the Concordia alumni, and they started talking to me, or Claire and her family started talking to me. Of course, I was an athlete at another school, so Coach Owens couldn't talk to me yet until I put myself in the portal. And I just got to talk to them, said, "You know what, I think I'll tour," and rest is history.
So now you've had a couple years at Concordia. What are some of the memories you've made and moments you've enjoyed the most to this point?
I would say a big part of me enjoying being at Concordia is the team. I could learn anywhere, I could go to school anywhere, but the team is definitely a driving factor for why I came here and why I stuck around. And so pretty much all my fun experiences here have had something to do with the team.
I understand you earned an All-America award at the National Championships in San Antonio. How did you kind of assess what you were able to accomplish last year individually and as a team?
So, would you mind clarifying a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, what were you maybe satisfied with most about last season, and maybe there's some things you hope to improve upon as well?
Right, improvement is key, and that I've been improving steadily over the past few years at Nationals. There's a few things that I did where I wasn't, too thrilled about, but lately I've been a lot more focused on, okay, I know what I did wrong, know what I did right, we're going to correct it next year. And I came off the line after our last shot at Nationals and told Coach Owens, I said, "I'm going to be on that podium next year. I know what I need to do. Can you help me get there?" And I started working on a practice routine with him and just talking to him anytime outside of practice, trying to figure out what do I need to work on week by week leading up to Nationals to make sure that I'm not making the same mistakes I did last year. Mm-hmm. And some things it's just a difficulty in targets. Some things it's you see a bird go by and you can't focus. You just got to figure out how to work with it.
What's the next step then for you? I'm sure you plan on doing well in San Antonio again next spring.
Yeah. So the mindset I have is I can shoot well at this upcoming shoot, I can shoot well at the next one, and I can shoot well at the next one, or I can shoot poorly. The general rule of thumb with this sport is you just need to be the best person there on that day. And once that shoot's over, once this weekend's over, if you learn something from it, that's all that matters, because that's not exactly a representation of how you're going to perform next week. And so you just got to remember that, and you got to be the best person there on that day. And if you're not, learn from it, move on, implement what you learned in your practice, and make it count the next time.
You mentioned some of the special moments have just been with the team. What can you say about what you feel in terms of the chemistry with this team? I know it's just the middle of the first week of class at Concordia, so maybe I'm sure the freshman people are still just getting to know, but how do you feel the chemistry coming together?
I think well, I'd hope so. After we've been together for a long time, I think we've all got a pretty good head on our shoulders, and getting the first look at who all's coming in, I think all of our freshman class has the right mindset going into the year. All we got to do is maintain that. We can't get frustrated. We can't start looking at it as I'm in it for myself. This is a team sport. Sure, there's individual placements, but we're here to do a job, and it's for the team and for God. That's our only goal.
What's your favorite event to shoot?
Favorite event would have to be sporting. If you ask me, my most frustrating event would also have to be sporting. But that's the fun of it. You never see the same target twice, and if you do, it's still a different background. And just stay focused and trust that you know what to do.
What's your favorite range that you've gotten to compete at?
For sporting clays?
Or anything, yeah, any range.
For sporting clays, I would probably have to say Eagle's Nest up in Ohio. They have a really beautiful background, and it's a good mix of open fields and back in the trees, but I've never had them throw a bad target. I've missed quite a few of their targets, but it's never been a bad target. Or for skeet, I'd probably have to say the old range back in Hannibal, Missouri. The range we practiced on so many times, I just love the backdrop there. I can't explain it.
How do you describe what it's like in San Antonio when you get to that? I know it's several days of competition.
Stressful a little bit. You get there and you realize that everything you've been doing throughout the season has been leading up to that moment, so don't mess it up. At the same time, you can't put that stress on yourself. You got to be out. You got to be out on that field, and you got to take it one shot at a time.
In your mind, what would make this season successful individually and as a team?
One, to see progress in a lot of our shooters. A lot of our shooters came in and they had an understanding of the other disciplines, but a lot of them came in a single discipline, and I've been watching them over the past couple of years, and so many of them have improved so much. I just want to see them get to keep improving this year. As far as personally, just go out there and not get frustrated when you miss. Go out there and just shoot for the glory of God, and He'll take care of you.
All right, I've got some off-topic questions, some kind of quick hitters. So I already asked about your summer. If there was a restaurant or fast food place, only one you could pick for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
There's a Greek place by my house that I'd probably have to go with that.
Okay.
All day long.
If you could only watch one show for the rest of your life, what would it be? Or movie?
I'm not sure. That's a good one. Probably Star Wars before Disney got a hold of it.
Okay. Singer or band that's gotten the most run on your playlist lately?
I'd have to go with either Johnny Cash or probably Waylon Jennings.
Favorite class that you've had at Concordia?
Probably a Dr. Heidorn class. He's very animated, And he does make it pretty easy to pay attention in class.
Runs a lot of laps on the track out here too.
Either that or Dr. Co class.
Okay. Famous celebrity or athlete you'd most like to meet?
Probably going to have to say Chris Pratt.
Okay. What makes Concordia the best school in the country?
The people. I mean, there were a lot of schools I toured before coming here, and that was before I committed to Hannibal and after I had already been at Hannibal and was looking at a new school to go to. There's a lot of schools I saw where I walked on campus and I thought, man, this is a Christian school in name only. And Concordia was the first one I stepped on and said, you know, I think this is where I need to be. Last
couple of things. Do you have a hidden talent?
I mean, not as far as I'm aware.
How about a hobby outside of shooting?
Hunting, fishing, really just anything outdoors. Preferably in the wintertime when all the mosquitoes and cicadas are gone. But
you don't mind if it's 20 below zero?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm a duck hunter through and through. Well, I'll sit out there in the cold until, well, my fingers freeze off.